Hi, my name is Sam. The video I created for you to watch is about how football injuries have impacted the NFL, individual players, and teams. Let's start by talking about the most common injuries. So what are they? One of the most common injuries are knee injuries, tearing a ligament which support the leg and stopping it from being unstable. Also in the shoulder, people tear their rotator cuff, which controls the shoulder, or tear the ligament near the shoulder to pop out of the joint. Also, there are ACL tears. These happen so often. An ACL tear is one of the worst injuries right in the NFL right now. Also, there are injuries with the hamstring. Of course, those are not as bad. Every year, there's an NFL draft and every team picks a player from college, but the college players can get a serious injury. This is where it gets hard to pick a player that can be a future star or an upset. The NFL draft is one of the biggest things in the NFL. Although players play really good in college, they might get drafted later if they have an injury. Before they draft, they look at some college players and rate them if they're healthy or not. 1 is the best. That means that there's nothing wrong with you. But when it is a 3, it starts to get interesting. When you are rated a 3, it probably means that it is a minor injury. It might bring you down a couple of picks. When you are rated a 4 or down, you can be dropped a couple of rounds. You could at the middle of the season be a number 1 pick, but at the end you can get injured and you can turn out to be one of the last picks in the first round or even further. This can also affect teams because if they pick the wrong player and he plays bad, then it can turn into an ugly season. While a lot of players get injured every season, some of them are superstars and are really good at football. When they get injured, it can affect the team and how they play. When I think of a team being affected by injuries, I think of the New York Giants. They lost 4 of their wide receivers in the start of the year. The big one was Odell Beckham Jr. Last year, they were 11-5. This year, they were 3-13. That is a huge difference. Although that was the main team that was affected, there was another team that was affected too. The Green Bay Packers. They were left without Aaron Rodgers for a little when he broke his collarbone. The backup quarterback, Brett Hundley, struggled a lot. They didn't even make it to the playoffs, which they usually do. After a horrible injury, you think you'd heal and you'd be fine, right? Wrong. Yes, it will heal, but it can affect how you live. Rob Kelly was a normal father in 2009 when he was married with his wife. He had an injury that ended his career in 2007. Although he was as normal as any father, he had trouble sleeping. In 2010, it got way worse. In 2013, he lost a lot of weight and forgot to eat. In 2016, he shrunk to 157 pounds, when he used to be a 200-pound NFL player. He's also getting really paranoid. Some days he'd only sleep 3 hours and some days he'd sleep 20. Once he went 5 whole days without eating. He'd only drink water and chocolate milk. He was barely surviving. When you have a long-term injury, you might get these side effects. Memory loss, confusion, impaired judgment, aggression, depression, and anxiety. Every injury is different, some small and some big. Although some might hurt more than others, you have to think which one will keep you off the field the most. When it comes to recovering from an injury, it is harder to recover from a torn ligament than a broken and dislocated bone. Concussions can be bad too because it is a long-term injury and can affect you for a couple of years or even life. ACL and Achilles heel injuries seem to keep players off the field or affect how they play in the future. 559 NFL players who underwent procedures to repair a variety of orthopedic injuries from 2003 to 2013, 79% of those players returned onto the field. 90% of those players had broken arms and legs. Thank you for being here and listening to my video. I hope you enjoyed and learned more about football injuries.